soy mala que yo soy mala, soy mala que yo soy mala, soy mala que yo soy mala. Mi cuenta tiene que llenarla. Soy mala que yo soy mala, soy mala que yo soy mala.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to our channel. My name is Hector.
I'm Jesse.
And this is the
TheHnJfamily.
family. So the reason why we chose this name is because obviously if you fuck with us, bitch, you gonna be family regardless. And if you started with us at the bottom, bitch, wait till we get to the top because we gonna be family regardless. So thank you guys already for subscribing, for commenting, any future videos that you would like for us to share. I know we're gonna be getting into maybe prank videos, how to cook, mukbangs, Q&A questions, any more questions that you guys would like for us to answer.
Yeah, we got a lot of more ideas and content that we want to have for like our future videos, so stay tuned for that. If you guys have any like questions or like have any ideas that you guys want to see, any content that you guys prefer, like just drop a comment below and we'll do our best to try to like accommodate to it and try to like get these videos going. What the fuck?
And you know, we'll be turned, so we gonna take y'all to the clubs too,
and mind you, it's been a minute since we've been wanting to do videos and like actually start our YouTube videos, so I'm actually pretty excited for this journey. Like, you know, on our Instagram story, how we put, you know, like tomorrow we'll be doing the Q&A. Like, we actually got a lot of questions, and thank you to everybody. So we're gonna get started.
We're gonna get right into it, y'all. So how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna be reading the questions because my handwriting a little bit messy. So he's gonna go first and answer, and then I'll answer right after him. So,
damn, why do I gotta be the first one to answer the question?
Whoa. How did you find out you like men? We gonna get right into it.
Oh, god damn.
This shit was
how did I find out?
You like to eat?
Hector, stop. Okay, so it goes back my sophomore year.
I'm gonna change his life, y'all.
Hector done
slid in at the end.
Yeah, that's how it started. It started with a DM message. Honestly, in the beginning, like
at the time we was low key, so we weren't even at the point. We had both girlfriends at the time.
Yeah, and like me and Hector, honestly, like we were good friends. We would always go out together. So like when he would hit me up, I already knew like, okay, we going parties to party. Like we're having a good time. Because back then in my high school days, it was like you get with your friends and you party hop to the next house to the next house. So me and him together, like we were always like, before anything, we were like good friends. And it just turned into more.
Yes, it showed did. How did I find out I liked men? Was obviously, like you said, we had that friendship connection. So I felt like that was kind of like a easier step into, okay, you know. Wait, but how did I like men? Okay, obviously I never felt this type of way towards anybody. So once I actually met somebody who I was like, okay, he's actually cool, and he looked straight, and I felt like I was a little bit, well, you know, I felt a little bit straight, but little did I know. So once we started having that friendship connection, and then it felt a little bit more than that, was when we were like kind of low key flirting with each other without knowing how to go about it.
Opening up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was awkward at first, but definitely
before
it was something that
it was like a friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that friendship before we actually, you know, we found out. We actually have a lot of questions, y'all. So thank you everybody who asked. We have like 4 pages. So then it says, how did your family react to it?
You know what?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. How did my family react to me being gay? I'm going to be as honest as I can. Well, it's best to be honest, you know what I mean? But how did my family take it? Honestly, I kind of felt like everybody took it in their own way, but how my family is raised, like our household, I mean, everybody's family is different, but I felt like kind of just took it in our own way, and it was like, it wasn't easy for me. I mean, it wasn't. I'm gonna just keep it simple. It wasn't easy
and honestly, echoing to what he says, like me and my dad fell out for like a year. Me and my sister fell out for a year. I'm not gonna get it too much into details, but basically it was kind of tough for our family as well. So what I noticed that every time we would share any downfalls, it was literally the same situation happening with the both of us. So it was kind of easy.
What was happening in my household, he was also going through it. So it was like we had each other at the end of the day. We vented to each other, and venting,
and we kept each other strong.
Yeah, so we did through that whole process, because it wasn't easy.
Like it'll be from the littlest thing to the major thing. Like we will both be going through the same shit at the same time. Like that was just the weirdest thing that we ever like realize, because it was just like, how is he going exactly through the same thing I'm going through? But yeah, we're here together, still standing. Okay. So how did we meet?
I'll answer that.
What? How we meet?
We met through social friends. Like, we had the same mutual friends. Like I said, back in the day in high school, like, we'll be going party hopping. We'll go out. Like, you know what I mean? We were just always turning up, having a good time. Like, that's just what the thing was back when we were in high school.
Honestly, back then, I felt like we was popping because everybody knew us. Everybody would go anywhere and they'd be like, that's Jay and that's dope ass nigga.
And at the time, we used to roll deep. So if it was not with family, it was like with friends. Like, it was just always a good ass time. Like,
all right.
And
so
if anybody was tripping, bitch,
y'all already know. Those that know, because they was at the parties too. So how did, what's your favorite thing about each other?
What's my favorite thing about Hector?
What the hell? Let them know.
What's my favorite thing about
I'm gonna slap you.
No, like, I want to think about that.
Ooh, you gotta think about it.
My favorite thing about you is, you know what? Hector is a family-oriented person. Like, if he really fucks with you and he loves you and cares for you as a family, like, he's gonna go hard for you, period.
Okay. You're down with the shit. Like, if I say, let's go over here, let's go. If that means we gonna bust somebody head, we gonna do that too. I'm just saying.
Shit.
But yeah, like, for real, you're like with it. So, I've always been a little bit crazy.
Yes, I'm his go-to.
Yes, he's my ride or die, period. How do we deal with negativity? Beat that ass. That's it.
Negativity is everywhere. You know what? We all take it probably a certain way. Negativity, honestly, how do I deal with it? I honestly don't take shit personal. Like, if someone's having a bad day, someone coming at me foul, just look at that motherfucker like, you okay? Like, I don't know. I don't take anything personal. On the other hand, Hector, when negativity comes his way, you gonna see it, you gonna feel it, he gonna release it.
No. Let me explain myself. I feel like when you're negative to somebody, there should be a reason. If there's no reason, then obviously, that person has an issue within themselves. But if you're negative towards me and I know that you're being hella funny or some type of way, I'm going to address it. But that doesn't mean we got to argue about something or you have to,
take it to that level.
Exactly. But if you really do feel that type of way and you want to fight me, bitch, we could square the fuck up because that's the type of person I am. You're not going to try me. Favorite food? We actually got that question asked a lot.
It's hard for me to try new foods. If it looks good to me, I'm gonna try it. I kind of stick to my roots. So I'm Latino, I'm Mexican and Italian. So my roots, like, one of my favorite dishes of all times, I would have to say is pozole. Like, pozole is gonna be at the Christmas dinners, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, birthdays. Like, it's gonna be there, trust me. And
you can't play that out, no.
Yeah, I love pozole.
Even when it rains, beach.
Yeah, the cold weather, damn well you gotta call up your auntie, your grandma. Somebody is cooking pozole. Like,
Mexican food. Like, it's just colorful. It smells good. It looks good, and it tastes even better. So,
pass me some tea, please.
My favorite food, I guess I'd say, is my mom makes this special thing called pollo a la crema, which is like cream chicken. But she makes it her own way. Like, don't nobody know this recipe. And that should be bomb. All right. What made you start a YouTube channel?
Well, look at us now. Now, you know what? This question is a good question because we've been wanting to do this YouTube channel since, like, I don't even know when.
A long time already.
Like, we're literally taking the initiative to put time to the side to do this video right now. Like, we've had ideas, we've had always thought about this, but like I said, we were like, we got to do this video. Like, let's just stick to it. And like I said, we're from the beginning of this video, like, I'm excited for this journey, to be honest.
I know, me too. Like, it's been so long that we've been talking about it. I mean, there's a lot of factors that come into it. Obviously, having, the proper equipment,
a lot of editing time
and all that. Yes, you need storage space. That's number one because we got a lot of storage going on. Problems with that. Yeah. So I'm excited for this YouTube channel. How was it coming out to you and to your fam? Okay.
That question. So for me, coming out to my family, to be really honest, I kind of didn't do it in a way where I came out to everybody individually. From what I remember back in, like, my sophomore year, I kind of did it in a different way I was scared. Coming out for myself was hard. It was confusing. I didn't know what this new feeling was. It all started, like I said, like Hector was just a good friend that turned into more. I mean, at that time, I had went through a breakup with the girl that I was with at that time. So Hector was kind of like my person that I would talk to personally. He helped me through things. So it just led one thing to another. Like, I mean, there's no way in changing that, you know? Coming out to my family now, that was hard as well. It was different. Jesse's gay.
But how did he come out?
Because, like, I remember one day being at school, right? And I had posted this thing on Instagram. It was like a picture saying, like, love is love, no matter if you're, like, with a girl or guy. And I know...
Was this on Twitter?
This was, like, on Twitter or Instagram, one of those. I don't have a Twitter anymore, but this was at the time, like, in high school. I had posted a picture that stated that, like, love is love, and it showed, like, a symbol of a girl and a girl and a guy and a guy, or a girl and a guy, you know what I mean? And I remember just, like, getting home that day and my dad questioning me, like, what the hell is this? And I remember that whole day, like, my dad questioned, you know, he had a lot of questions, and we talked about it. It's still, like, a soft, touchy...
Hold on, y'all.
What is it? Oh, thank you. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Nina.
I know y'all heard that knock on the door right now before we got interrupted, and we just got a little late Christmas gift, but better late than never. And we done got a bottle.
Oh, these be the ones that we get.
These be the ones, and we got some little shot glasses.
Yes,
it says candy shot glasses.
Oh,
artificially flavored. So I'm actually excited to try this.
Try it. Wait, that's gonna taste like a fireball.
And we got 2 of them. No, it's gonna taste like
yeah, like candy cane.
Like a candy cane, not cinnamon.
Okay.
More like peppermint.
Subject.
Yeah, it was a touchy subject. Like, after I, came out to my dad, like, I was just like, it is what it is. It's, like, I just remember him asking me if, I had like a bad experience, like, is everything okay? I told him like, yeah, I'm okay. Like, a message that I kind of like wanted to like basically tell my dad, like, it was nothing that you've done wrong, or like, it's not because of you. It's not because you were a bad father or you missed out on something.
That's not.
It has nothing to do with that. Like, I love my dad. My family, we're not perfect. It was my choice. It was where I was happy. I was happy with him,
So how was it coming out to you and your family? So for me, I didn't really care what anybody thinks because I live in my own truth. Like, if I say this, it's because it's this way. Like, that's my truth to me. And I feel like that's what mattered to me. So at the time, I did tell my mom. I came out to my mom first.
I remember.
And she, because me and my mom have like a really close relationship. She's my mom, so I'm like mama's boy. So I came out to her. She was more understanding. She was like confused, but we were trying to like deal with it as best as we could. And then slowly turned into me telling my dad. Obviously, like, things were just like kind of weird for a minute with everybody because everybody knew before it was my dad because I had posted it on social networks. So I mentioned, to everybody that I was with him at the time. Well, from the time to now. Things got kind of crazy in my family. It was a lot of problems going on at the time. Because mind you, we both kind of grew up like gangster, like hood with the shit. So it's like hard for our families to accept, that there's a gay member in the family. So it was kind of hard. I was close to my dad, but before this, it kind of broke our bond a little bit. But then after a year, literally a year,
without talking.
Yeah. And we'll live in the same house with my sister and everybody. So it was just kind of awkward with everybody for a whole year. And then I remember we had like a family get together, like my main sisters, my mom, my dad, and like us. And like it was a big old thing that was going on. But we managed to get through it and we just dealt with it because obviously for so long, like you're not going to continue doing this shit for so long. We just let it go and we just, dealt with it as best as we could because if you can't do anything about it, there's nothing you could do about it. And that's what people need to understand. Did you move back to Cali and why?
So yes, we're in California now.
Back. I remember my grandpa had passed away during that time, and then 2 weeks after my cousin passed away, rest in peace to my grandpa and my cousin Sergio. So, it was just a lot of
bad news
Bad
coming
news
like back to
back.
back within his family.
Yeah, and it was just too much, and especially like, I was for a minute like towards the ending of it, like, he was dealing with his own problems, so it was just a lot of things going
That kind
on.
of like happened unexpectedly. Like, this is life. Like, how we didn't know none of this was gonna happen at that time. Like, yeah, like living there was a beautiful
Amazing.
thing. It was amazing. Like, we worked so hard to get where we were out there
From the
like,
ground up, literally. Like, that was all us.
Like, at a moment, like, it just felt like all perfect. Like, we had a little home, like, that's all that mattered to me, at least. Like, I had a roof over my head, and I miss it a lot.
How long have y'all known each other?
We've known each other for a good solid 8 years, I would say.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Good question. So where do I see myself in 5 years? To go back to school to get my cosmetology license.
Me, would I see myself in 5 years? I want to be a part-time barber, but also a YouTuber, independent worker in a way. So
shoot, barbering, shit, you can make you some money doing some barbering, but you got to be good at the skill. Like, you really got to know what you're doing, because I'm picky with my haircut.
Yes, and me too. That's why
I need one right about now.
Self-cut and everything, because I can't be dealing with these barbers trying to charge me hella much. No. How was it living on the other side of the country with just you two?
It got lonely sometimes.
It got lonely, but I really loved it, because I wasn't feeling like, okay, this is only going to be temporary. So let's take advantage of what we chose to do, which is live in Miami, which is live right by the beach, which it's a lot of city life.
And what I mean by that, by getting lonely, it will get lonely because we don't have our family around
or friends.
It was literally just me and Hector. Like, we were on the whole other side of the fucking states, you know what I mean? So we didn't have anybody to pull up on or like come visit, come have dinner. We didn't have none of that. We just had each other, which I'm thankful for.
We had cool co-workers, but that was about it. But it was nothing
it's different. Like, you ain't got your family around.
You want kids one day, and if so, what's your plan?
Yes, I do want kids one day. Me and Hector actually talked about this like a lot. I think right now, not stable to have a child. When that time is right, then I feel like it will come naturally. But in the future, that's definitely in the plans. Just not right now.
What's your YouTube channel name? Our YouTube channel name is
The TheHnJfamily.
Period, bitch. That's what it is.
You better join the fam.
Yeah. Okay, when are your birthdays?
So my birthday, take a quick guess. So my birthday is October 11th. It's a Libra gang all day, every day.
My birthday is May 15th, the 95 babies. So we 90s babies. Are you guys sharing food recipes, since I know y'all be getting down on the munchies?
You know what?
That'll be a good idea, because
that's definitely going to be like future videos, because me and him together in the kitchen, like, yes, we do get down. Yes. I mean, it's only natural. Like, his family, they have a lot of good recipes. They have
get down.
They get down in the kitchen. And where I come from, my mom and my dad both know how to cook good. Shout out to them. And I was a visual learner. I learned, and I taught. It's like self-taught. Like, it came naturally.
And one thing I like about cooking is that you're able to make your own recipe. Like, you're able to add your own seasonings to it. Yeah, so I like all that. We get down.
Yeah.
How do you keep your relationship so strong, and do you guys do anything? Anything like what?
How do you keep your relationship strong? You know what? At the end of the day, me and Hector, no matter how hard a situation is, I just feel like we have this connection where it's like, no, get your motherfucking act right, and we're going to try this one more time, and we're going to get over this. Like, no matter how hard things are, we just...
But there comes a level with, like, okay, don't take advantage of what you got, because obviously you're gonna lose it. Like, don't do stupid shit. Do you guys do anything? I don't know what that means, but we do a lot of things. So I don't know what you talk about.
Next question.
Have you ever had to deal with infidelity?
Infidelity? You know what? Honestly, yes. Every relationship isn't perfect. We're not perfect. I've had a couple of fallouts, yes, decisions that I really didn't think of. It's the past. We're over that. We're good today. That's all that matters. But it comes a point where it's like you can't be repeating shit, doing it over and over and over, because your partner will get tired of it.
What made you both come out together? I remember this.
What made us both come out together? I just feel like honestly, I remember at that time when we were like down low, Hector was the one that was like pushing it, like, fuck it, let's just come out to our family. Like, I think it's time. I think it's like, just the right time. And at that time, I was like, no, like I was scared. Like, the lifestyle that I lived, like, growing up in my household, and like, I was like, there's no way I don't think it was the right time. And,
to me, oh, go ahead.
But we ended up coming out together. Like, he told his family, I told my family, and
to come out together was because obviously, like, we dealt with a lot of things at the same time. So I felt like it was smart to just come out together. Like, it's already another thing that we're gonna deal with again together. So why not? Sure. Okay, we met in Stockton at his auntie's house. How? We just linked up. Mm-hmm. Where did you come out and how? I came out in Hayward at my mama's house. And hold on. And how? I just told my mom straight up what it was because I wasn't gonna sugarcoat stuff. I'm not a fan about sugarcoating anything. I feel like keep it as real and straightforward as you can, because why waste time trying to explain something and extend the fucking explanation of shit. Like, I just feel like you just get right into it. Who approached who? Y'all hella cute.
So who approached who? Hector obviously approached me.
He likes to get credit, but yeah, he was in my DMs
I mean, all the time. It did happen. You did approach me.
But after that, I was just like, damn, he in my DMs all the time.
Of course, we had a little thing going.
Okay. What has been the biggest challenge and how did y'all overcome it?
Biggest challenge, I would say, is y'all motherfucking sneaky hoes in the DMs. Y'all don't leave me alone.
Communication. Cause he's more like to himself. So I wouldn't really know much unless I ask. So, yeah. And how do we overcome it? I just gotta ask that shit. How tall are you guys?
I'm 5'6".
I'm 5'5" with my little ass. How much do you love me? Crystal said.
Crystal bitch,
we love you, and you already know what it is. Period. All right, 2020 goals
is positivity on saving more this whole year. Be strict on myself. Like, no, I need to do this.
Continue YouTube and like be actually committed to it. I also want to do my barber's license, so however long that takes. I also want to eat healthier. Continue doing that, because I mean, I did do that at first, but I stopped ever since I moved back to mama's house, because she be getting down. Favorite place to be?
I'm a scenery person, so anywhere nature, anywhere beautiful outdoors, I'm all for it. Like, I don't care where it is, how cold it is, like, I love it.
Do you have like a favorite place though? Like where?
I would say I like views, so I would say like San Francisco, like city views, like Twin Peaks. Like, I love all that.
Honestly, my favorite place, like, I mean, kind of echoing to what like he said, I love nature, I love views, I love water, I love all that. But my favorite place was when we lived in Miami and we were able to go to the beach and see like the skyline and like the sand, the nightlife, and like all that. So the beach was definitely my favorite place. What are your challenges when it comes to YouTube?
Editing time. Like, yeah, you could literally sit here, you know what I mean, and record and do a video, but you got to go back in and literally chop out things that you don't want. You got to like edit the video, and sometimes that could be challenging because depending on how long the video is, you're gonna be there for a long time. So, but it's okay though.
I feel like also to add in, I feel like lighting is an issue, angles are an issue, and like proper equipment. Like, I feel like you need proper equipment for it. Yeah. Obviously a background, and then our house is kind of loud too. So
you gotta remember background.
You're gonna hear a lot of noise, and that's not okay. What are you guys going to improve on yourself in 2020? To be more social. I feel like I kind of distant myself from people and things and stuff, so I want to be more social. I also want to be able to communicate better. Do you plan to move back to Miami? I don't know. We gonna
maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future. Who said I love you first?
Hector.
Do you remember or you're just saying?
I do, because like I remember in the beginning, like, remember this was all new to me and you, and I remember you were like climbing the ladder, like.
No, bro, you're hella trying to portray me to be something else, because I remember the one that was hella hitting me up after we kissed that one time and we did not. Okay,
mind you guys,
true facts.
Go.
We was in Stockton. I had want to go pick him up or whatever. We always chill in the car, so
we were young at the time.
I will pull up, and there was a time that we had kissed before I dropped him off, because I will always drop him off back at his house. And we had kissed, and after that, we did not talk for like a good, I don't know, a couple weeks. He kept hitting me up after that, and I just felt like we didn't talk because it was so awkward. Like,
we didn't talk for a good like 3-4 months. After that kiss, Hector kissed me, right? I was just like,
it wasn't 4 months. It was literally like 4 weeks. No, it wasn't. It was 4 weeks. Because I remember it felt like a long time, but it was really a month. We didn't talk, so he was blowing me up after that. Were you nervous about being together?
In the beginning, that was my fear. I was just like, I love this person. We're growing. Like, our friendship, was becoming more than a friendship. So I was always worried about, like, how are we really going to be comfortable? How are we going to, like, really be comfortable with not caring what anybody had to say, our family at that? Like, those were always my worries. But Hector was always that guy that was just like, what the fuck what people got to say? You know what I mean? Like, if you're happy, I'm happy, we love each other, then, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to ride it out, and I'm going to be here for you. So I thank you for that.
I just feel like people got to be true to themselves and just go for it. Like, obviously, you can't live nobody else's life. I feel like you should just live in your own truth, whatever that is, Like, just do it. Like, regardless, people are going to be talking shit. Regardless, people are going to be mad at however you move. So it's just, do what you got to do. Yeah. All right. How did you figure each other out? What does that even mean? How did we figure each other out?
I feel like that comes within time. Like,
how did we figure what out?
I don't know. I'm just going to keep it general. I feel like I figured you out in a whole, being with you for the past 8 years. So it's like everything you do, it's like I've learned to adjust to it.
Okay, I get it.
You know what I mean? I know what's wrong and what's right. Like, I know in my head, like, oh, Hector ain't gonna approve of that, or he's gonna get mad. You know what I mean? You just figure your partner out.
Awesome. Who asked who to be their boo? Do you remember? I remember. We were at Bart. I'm gonna give you that hint. And your cousin Alexis, shout out to Alexis, because she was being the driver a couple times.
She used to always, and if I needed a ride back then in high school, I'd be like, Alexis, B. Cousin, I need a ride to Bart.
So who asked me out that day?
I think it was me. I remember that. I was being all cheesy, and I was like, I think this is the moment.
All right, if y'all would smoke with any artist, who would you invite to the sesh?
That's hella funny. Who the fuck would I really invite? Anybody to invite to have a session?
Or a couple people. Who would you invite? What artist?
You know what? I would invite Too Short. We got to bring that nigga Too Short. Like, what? I would really have a smoke session with Too Short. And she's not an artist, but she's from Love and Hip Hop.
Who?
Nikki Baby.
Ooh.
Bring yourself this way.
Oh, her badass. All right, I don't smoke anymore. It's been about 7 months. But if I did smoke, I would invite Cardi, because that bitch gonna have me laughing. We gonna vibe. I'd invite Cardi. I'd invite who else? I would invite Kehlani.
Kehlani the singer.
She's like someone to vibe with. Okay, so her. If you had to choose Cali or Miami, what would it be and why?
That's an easy ass question. Miami.
There's like nothing like it.
I'm sorry, like, Miami. Like, it was so beautiful.
I feel like the vibes out there are so high up there. Like, everybody's just lit, having a party time. Like, they're just enjoying their life out there. And it's just something that you don't really see out here. You go to the clubs, like we were just at a bar the other day, and everybody was just kind of standing around. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Vibing, talking, but it was like vice versa to Miami. You go to a bar and it's like
You walk in wanting to dance.
yeah,
Everybody's
because
so
of the
fucking turned.
music, like the vibe is just different.
Like the music is definitely one thing that stands out. Like the music, it makes you want to dance. Like it's a lot of Spanish in Miami, so I love my Spanish music, reggaeton and all that. So it's like everybody's already dancing and in a good ass mood. Like everybody's just turned the fuck up, like a lot. That is pretty much all of our questions. To wrap it up, you know, keep in tune with our videos. All right, bye, y'all.
Sorry guys, we just got out the shower. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our uncle's channel, the H and J family. Bye guys.